The iPhone 12 mini is my favorite iPhone ever made. And as somebody that really likes iPhones, I think that says something for how awesome it is. But if you wanted to accessorize yours, if you wanted to get all sorts of cool little gadgets and knickknacks to make it even better, what are some of my favorite options? Let's find out. And while we're finding out, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Squarespace. What's up, everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So I love this phone, and I love accessories, and I love gadgets, so these are like the perfect videos for me to make. They're my absolute favorite. But without wasting your time, let's talk about what I think are the best. Now, the two ones that are probably most controversial, but I think are the most important, is the screen protector and the case. Now, you don't need to spend a whole lot of money on either of these. You can just get like a little basic screen protector. You can get these on Amazon for like a couple of bucks. This one is not for the iPhone. This is for a camera, but it's a prop. I already put my screen. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see, but I've already got my screen protector on my phone, so I can't show it to you again. But this is what it would look like. Just imagine it. And then visualize it, that it's just a little bit bigger. There you go. But yeah, you want some kind of a screen protector and some kind of a case. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there that like using their iPhones without any kind of a case. I am not one of them. It's not necessarily that I'm always afraid of breaking it, because I do think these things are pretty robust. But what I don't like is, and you can already see that, look how smudgy that gets. The iPhones are much like the Razer Blade laptops, and the second you touch the back of this thing, it gets immediately smudged. Now, what's weird is it's opposite for the 12 Pro. The 12 Pro has that stainless steel on the side, so the sides pick up every single fingerprint, but the back is nice and like frosted. I wish we could get both the frosted back and the matte sides into one phone. But since we don't have that, I like the standard Apple case. This is the MagSafe case that you can just buy on the Apple website. I really like this a lot. One, because it does have the MagSafe, and we'll talk more about MagSafe in a second, but you can see that just right here, it already has another magnet built into the back of it to work with the accessories. But these are very, very robust. You wouldn't think it, because look, it just looks like a little thin piece of plastic that you're like, Gary, you drop it, it's not gonna do much. But I have dropped, not this one because I've been more careful, but my iPhone 11, I used to drop that thing all of the time in its Apple case, and the Apple case would have big chunks taken out of it. But my iPhone 11 never had a scratch, never had a problem with it. So you always do need some kind of a screen protector, some kind of a case. If I was to say, hey team, there's one thing you need to get, it's these two. But let's talk about it. You heard me say MagSafe. So what is MagSafe? If you did not see my iPhone 12 and 12 Pro accessory video, you may not know what I'm talking about when I talk about MagSafe. So MagSafe used to be this little plug that went into your MacBook, where if you tripped into the cable would just come off of the computer because it was held in by magnets. But MagSafe on the phone is slightly different. It's kind of like this hybrid wireless charging feature where if you get the charger, you can then have it attached right to the back of your phone, and you can charge without needing to plug anything in through Lightning, because Lightning, it's not the best. And this has led to a whole range of other accessories like wallets, battery packs, mounting options. I'm sure there will be all sorts of cool stuff that will come out with MagSafe. But MagSafe, the case, is because if you have a case that doesn't have MagSafe in it, you might have a problem getting the magnet to work through all of that stuff. So if you get the case with the MagSafe, you still get full use out of it. I guess let's talk about this MagSafe charger. So I really like this MagSafe charger. It is just a standard wireless charger, and it will work on things like AirPods or other things that need wireless charging. You already saw how it affixes to the iPhone, and for me, that's very important. I did mention in the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro video that I don't like traditional wireless chargers because I have had problems in the past where you set your phone down on the wireless charger, but you wake up and it's magically moved. So it's like a little bit off of the charger, and so you wake up and your phone's dead. And ask me if I've missed meetings or been late to work because that's happened. So I don't normally trust wireless charging, but because of this, you just set it down, it doesn't move. It doesn't move anywhere. This is my favorite wireless charging solution ever made. I love this. And I know a lot of people are kind of harsh on MagSafe, saying that it's not truly wireless. I don't care. It's the wireless that works for me, so I'm a very big fan of it. Now let's talk about other charging. Now you do need to charge the phone, right? And when you buy an iPhone 12, this is a new thing with that generation of phone. It doesn't matter if it's the 12 mini, the 12 Pro Max, any of them, none of them come with a charging brick. And there are lots of options that you can use. You will need USB-C though. The USB-A version to Lightning will not work with the cable that you got in the box. So unless you already have one of those Lightning cables, you'll need to buy an additional cable. But I would recommend just buy the Apple fast charger. This is a little more expensive, but this is a 20-watt charger. And this brick, this USB-C brick, will actually let you get the most efficient and most power delivered through the MagSafe charger. Is that a big deal? No, I always just charge at night, so it doesn't really matter how fast it charges, so long as it charges to full by the time I wake up. So I would hope that whatever technology they use to charge their phone, they would charge over 8 hours. But I still recommend this just because this is future-proof. If you buy the older charger, sure, it will work today, but who knows what kind of technology is going to come out on the market, and these aren't all that expensive. But if you have more than one device, say you're trying to charge lots of things, you could always get something like this RAV Power charger, which has both USB-A and USB-C. I do have a bigger one that I've used in previous videos, but I'm sticking with this one for the iPhone 12 mini because it's small, it's compact, it's got the prongs that fold back into the body, which is my favorite thing. The thing that I dislike most about Apple phone chargers is they don't do that. None of them do that. You got to get something like the RAV Power. I think Anker does it. Most of the third parties do it. So I really like this RAV Power one. It does 65 watts as opposed to 20 watts. You get 2 outlets, so you can charge 2 things. Like if you're charging your phone and your AirPods, your phone and your Apple Watch, this will help you charge lots of stuff. And it's not all that much more expensive than the fast charger from Apple. I'm trying to upsell you here. It's like, yeah, look, you could use that original one that's just like 10 bucks, or we could upcharge you to 20 watts, or we could double upcharge you to 65 watts. Trying to sell you a used car here today. Okay, so we talked about charging. One of the negatives about the iPhone 12 mini, in my opinion, is the battery life is not exactly what I would prefer. I do wish the battery lasted a little longer, so you might need an external battery if you were gonna be leaving the house. Now, instead of RAV Power, we have an Anker, just kind of like a standard external battery. You don't have to buy this specific one. I mean, external batteries you can buy anywhere for almost any amount of money in lots of different sizes. This is just the one that I've been using because it, again, has USB-A, USB-C, and I do like being able to charge 2 things at once because I'm always using something and something's charging at the same time. So if I can give power to both, all the better. And I just like small external batteries because you can get a lot of power. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and that's a couple of phone charges. It's good. It could power, I'm pointing to my MacBook Air. It could power your MacBook for a little bit. These are exceedingly awesome. I love external batteries. Besides power, let's say you're trying to get information into your iPhone and you might need a few little things to help you out for that. So you might need, if you're a photographer or if you're a videographer and you're not using your phone's camera, and let's say you're using an older camera that doesn't necessarily have Bluetooth, because a lot of cameras anymore will just Bluetooth straight to your phone, but if you're using SD cards primarily, you're gonna need something like the Apple Lightning to SD adapter. This just plugs right in the bottom of the phone and then put in your SD card and you can transfer all of your files, information, video, whatever, straight into your iPhone. This is a Lightning to HDMI and USB-C adapter that will let you take this, you can plug it into your iPhone and push that video out to an external monitor. You've seen me use this for videos about video editing on the iPhone. And it's actually, I like using external monitors with the iPhone way better than I like doing it with the iPad because this does not do a 4:3 aspect ratio. So you don't have these big like black bars on the side if you're using this HDMI dongle with the iPhone as opposed to the iPad, which does that. It drives me crazy. One of the biggest weaknesses of the iPad. And then if you do want to use like a microphone or you have wired headphones that you like and you don't want to use some of the wireless options we're going to talk about, here's like, I have 9 or 10 of these scattered randomly throughout my house because I always lose them, but I always find that I need this at the weirdest times. This is the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter audio. These always have a couple of these around because when you need it, you really need it. And there's nothing else that does this. There's no other, when you have this problem, there's no other way to solve it than to have this cable. So have a few, just have a few around. Let's say you use your phone for work. A lot of us have been working from home recently. A phone is actually a really good way to do Zoom meetings. You can do FaceTime meetings, all sorts of ways to do teleconferencing. You're just gonna need a neat little holder like this. This is a Manfrotto holder. All it does is you just put it right on your phone, clamps right in. It gives you a 1/4 mount on the bottom and a 1/4 mount on the back. The reason I like this one as opposed to like another cheaper one that you could find on Amazon is this just has a little kickstand on the back. So if you only have this mount, you can still get your meeting done because it will angle up and it will hold your phone for you. I really like that. A lot of the phone holding options do not do that, which is why you see this in all of these cell phone accessory videos. But you could also just get like a tiny little tripod, screw it onto the bottom of this holder, and then even better, it'll hold it much more stably. You can also, if you use your phone for vlogging's still a thing, right? You can do it this way, and you get a nice stable grip that gets your phone away from you. And it's just nice if you're using your phone as an external camera, it's nice to have other devices to help you kind of stabilize it. The stabilization inside of the iPhone is remarkably well. It's always good to help it as much as you can. We already talked about wired headphones, but let's talk about some wireless headphone options because Apple does have some very good options when it comes to that. Now, okay, I have these here because I have really started to enjoy the AirPod Maxes, but you got to understand that these headphones cost almost as much as the iPhone 12 mini itself. So this is I did title the video, the best accessories. This is not necessarily the most budget accessories, but these are insanely awesome. They're comfortable. They charge with the same cables. If you have these, you get the spatial audio, you get active noise cancellation, you get all sorts of benefits when it pairs to your iPhone. And with the new technology, it instantly hands off between your devices. If you're listening to something on your iPhone, you move to your iPad, the AirPods will immediately transfer to that. Now, if you're doing it onto your MacBook, you will have to, it'll say AirPods nearby, and then you have to click connect. And it's a pretty seamless process. These are very comfortable. The sound quality is incredible. I think they look way better than I thought they did when I saw the initial announcement because they did look kind of dorky in that video. But if you're looking for a more practical pair, and these are still expensive, these are the AirPods Pro. These are phenomenal. These are my favorite headphones ever made on the planet Earth. I don't know that that really means all that much because I'm not much of an audiophile. I don't listen to all that much music. But if you're going to be doing meetings, if you're going to be doing physical activity, I wear these to run every single day. I run 6 days a week, and these are always in my head for that. Battery life is great. This case doubles as the battery. You get a long charge just with the headphones themselves, and then the case itself has like 3 times extra charges worth to keep charging and keep going and keep going. I really like the AirPods Pro. But let's say you're doing some more fitness and you want to pair your fitness routine with your phone. You want to use that new Apple Fitness Plus, which I haven't used that here yet. Maybe I should try that out later in the month. Maybe that could be like my New Year's resolution. The Apple Watch Series 6. I've been using this since it came out. Like I said, I do run 6 days a week. This is my fitness tracker, does my heart rate, does my pulse, VO2 max, everything pairs to my phone instantly. I just like how seamless it is that it's always paired to the phone. If I lose my phone, I just tap find my iPhone on the watch. I never lose my phone because it's never lost because my watch always knows where it is. Oh, we just found something out today that Gary here, since I got an Apple Watch, I have never lost my phone. I'll be telling my wife that because she thinks I lose my phone all the time. So we got all this stuff. How are we going to carry it around? I like having little technology bags like this upper case, and these hold everything very well. This used to be the carrier for my MacBook Pro 16 wall charger. It just fit in here, but since I haven't been using my MacBook Pro 16, this has now been my cell phone accessory kit bag. So you got all of your stuff that just fits right in here. I love little tech bags. And when you're using a phone, you don't necessarily want to bring along a whole bunch of just like junk, right? So if you are going to be traveling or you're going to work, just keep something that has all of your things in it, very easily accessible. It's not going to make a mess out of your backpack or your bag or your briefcase or whatever. I love tech pouches. And then let's say you're going hiking. This is something that I've been doing recently is I've been being stuck inside all the time is probably starting to drive Gary a little old crazy. So I've been trying to get more hiking in. That for me, that means a lot of photography. But I've been using this Peak Design bag. So this just came in for me about a week ago and this thing is phenomenal. But the reason we're talking about it for the iPhone 12 accessory video is when I'm hiking, I don't like things in my pocket. I don't want anything it drives me crazy. The friction between like keys or my phone drives me nuts. So what's nice about this is this easily fits my camera. So I've been using the Fuji X100V, which is just a little point and shoot camera. It fits in one of these, but my phone can fit in the other slot, or you could put it here. Normally I put my keys in the front here, but you could also, because the 12 mini is such a small phone, you can even fit it in places that are designed for just strictly keys. So see, keep the phone in the front, keep your camera stuff in here. You can even keep your AirPods Max in here, even though I wouldn't take my AirPods Max hiking with me. But your external battery is gonna fit. You've got your tech pouch that'll fit in the one side here. Your camera goes over here. You are good to go for hiking or having any other kind of like city adventure. I really like this bag, and it's been like the perfect bag to bring my phone with me wherever I go. So yeah, these have been all of my accessories for the iPhone 12 mini. I love this phone. Like I said, it is my favorite phone released, not just this year. This is probably my favorite iPhone ever made. I love it. It's clearly I keep talking about it in all of these videos, right? But what are some accessories that you all like? Leave me a comment below and let me know what are some of your favorite accessories if you've gone out and bought the 12 mini. Thanks to today's sponsor, Squarespace, you can create your own very beautiful website. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a professional website, online store, or portfolio. It's easy to claim a domain/URL, create a custom site that matches your style, and bring your ideas to life. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/everydaydad to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And thank you for watching.